morning from the hammock. Got nature's alarm clock going off for like the last half hour. It's about 5:30 in the morning. It's really nice and pretty clear out so far. Got some nice reds in the sky from the sun coming up. I'm probably going to lay here for a little bit longer and enjoy this before I actually get up and start getting around with breakfast and everything. Oh, Kurt's up too. So we're on the trail for not too far, maybe like a quarter mile, half mile. And this is the scenery that we're greeted with this morning. I do have to say, the Gerard trail is not disappointing in any way, shape, or form. It's even got like shingles down so you don't slip if it's wet. So this place is maintained by the Friends of Oil Creek, I believe is the name. And if anyone that is associated with that ever sees this, awesome job. None of us have been here before, and all of us are pretty impressed with the work that's done in this park. So great job, guys. We are just over 6 miles, and we are about 3.5 hours into our day. It's around 11 a.m. right now. So not too bad. We figure the pace we have, we should get to the northern point by the Drake Museum area between noon and 1. And then after that, we will start coming back south on the other side. We know we have less than 2 miles to the Drake Museum area. I think it's really closer to like 1.5 miles at this point. So definitely getting closer to lunchtime. When we do big trips like this where it's like higher mileage, I have my front pouch, and on that I usually split up my snacks because I like to make sure I stay fueled so I don't lack energy. So because it's almost lunchtime, I just finished the last of my morning snacks. So it looks like for not having done a bigger mileage trip in a while, looks like I rationed that out just right. We are close. Very, very close to lunchtime. The track has been nice. Just little rolling ups and downs. You can hear people cutting grass. Like first real sign of civilization since yesterday. So, yeah, it looks like it's just gonna switch back us right down. Sign for the Drake well. Birthplace of modern petroleum. Not sure where we're going to attempt our break. We know there's picnic tables over there. We finished our lunch, soaked our feet. Now we push the last 7 miles to camp for the day. So for the rest of the trip, we will be going southbound on the west side. We have noticed that the sign-in boxes are roughly a quarter mile in from the trailheads. Just a little heads up for anyone that's doing it. We didn't sign all of them because typically, you just sign the one where you come in at. But because this is split into 2 halves, on the other side, we signed in where we started, and when we got to the Drake end, we signed out that we had completed that side. And gonna do the same thing on this side. So already signed in, and I'm gonna shut up and check out this awesome little walkway. Never fails. As soon as I turn off the camera, something worth showing. So we're at a junction point right now. So we've come the 2 miles from the Drake well. This east side is where we were earlier, but that swinging bridge, when you start in the south like we did and hike north, that is your last option to make the loop smaller. So we could have done that, and we only would have saved maybe 3.5 miles off the trip, but we had that in mind just in case anybody was having any issues that would prevent them from doing the full mileage. The Wolfkill area, so another 2.5 miles. That is the name of the shelter that we are staying at, is the Wolfkill shelter. One thing to be mindful of if you hike this trail, a lot of trees like this. It's not being held on by much up there. Where we filtered our water, there was one like that, and it was creaking really bad in the breeze. And just like, don't want to be there when it comes down. Check out this part of the forest that brought us into. Man, there's chipmunks everywhere here. This place hasn't been super rocky, but this is a good rocky spot through here. This is the way we're gonna go tomorrow.
Maybe that spot. 40 minutes before I did.
But shelter's that way, and it's only right up there. And we can get the packs off and start unwinding. Now, we had a really nice night last night. Got to go without a tarp, and whenever you can camp, it doesn't matter if it's a tent, hammock, whatever your preference. Whenever you can camp without your protective rain covering and just use your bug net and get the view of the night sky and the trees around you, love it. Well, we are at camp. We've actually been at camp for a little while now. Got a little washed up, set up everything, just had dinner, and with how many miles we did today, it ended up being just over 16 miles. I planned personally for 2 dinners, just like something really light, just to kind of pad some of the calories back in, and then my actual dinner, which is my go-to typically for backpacking, has been farro, dehydrated farro, with some sort of like tuna or chicken, or sometimes I'll do dehydrated beef or ground turkey. And all it is it's just a grain. I find it to be like more hearty and just better fuel than just using basic rice. But I have the tarp up. You can probably tell we are supposed to see some rain early in the morning, maybe even overnight. So got that up. Have a little bit of porch mode going on, and should still have no issues with coverage. But I don't have my quilts on yet. Just kind of threw the hammock up and lounged. Adam's right over there. Kurt is back there. And Don is over yonder. The wolf kill definitely isn't that great for hammocks. We couldn't, if it was just 1 or 2 of us, we could have probably stayed in the camp, the tent site, and been fine. But with 4 of us and wanting to be, you know, like, we don't have to be up on top of each other. We usually try to stay within like earshot of each other. It was a little harder at this shelter setup. Cow Run was definitely better because there was a little grove of trees in between the shelters and the bathroom area, so that made it really nice to set up the hammocks and not be in the way of anything. Here, I'm so glad that no one else is booked, because I don't know how we'd be able to do this and stay within the shelter area and not be blocking a path or something. So if you plan on camping here and you're a hammock camper like we are, you might want to consider renting one of the shelters if you're able to. The next time I come here, that's going to be my course of action. I'll leave the hammock at home. I'll grab my mattress and just my top quilt and rent a shelter. But we knew that hammocking was a little iffy here, but didn't quite realize it was this bad. But still manageable. But it'd be a lot different if this place was really crowded and all the shelters were booked and the tent sites had a lot of people staying there. Under those circumstances, it would be rough for a bunch of hammockers to be here. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But I don't even know what time it is. I think it's like 7. We have something like 12 miles out tomorrow, and we will probably be hiking most of that in the rain. So, not too bad. Originally this week, we were supposed to see a lot of rain, so we definitely got really lucky with the forecast. But I'm gonna get ready to eat my main dinner, my second dinner, and probably finish getting this set up for the night and throw my quilts on and everything. So this will probably be it for day 2, unless something else seems worthy of sharing with you guys.